It's a lovely day today, so I'm taking the opportunity to get a little bit of work done in the garden at home. We're going to work on these borders today. I've already started and then suddenly thought, I think I should be filming this. I'll show you what's in there and what I've taken out. Yeah. Take the opportunity to get out in the sunshine while we can, eh? So this is where I've already started. I haven't finished, obviously. I want to start from this way and work my way around. But here we had a Japanese anemone, and it was pretty much strangling a salvia nachtbinder, which has survived. But I'm going to pop back in. You can see that I've taken them out. There's a Lithodora there, and there's a Dianthus barberini there as well, which I'm probably going to put back in. But what I'm going to do before I put those back in is I'm just going to work on the whole border, taking out the weeds, cutting things back, like those penstemons in the corner there, they really need to be cut back. I've got a Solomon's seal growing up through it, which is going to affect that now, so yeah. I have had to dig everything out of this space just to clear out the Japanese anemone, and I've got a feeling there's still a bit needs to come out. New mate, you can go in the field. Right, so I'm getting there, but here we come to the penstemon. So this is penstemon plum jerkum, and I absolutely love it. However, it has sort of collapsed forward, and I haven't cut it back yet. So what I need to do is see if I can salvage it, see if I can get it to... I need to cut it back and then see if I can get it more upright again. If I can't, I do have some cuttings of this, and I have another one in the front garden. So all is not lost. It is quite a few years old now. And underneath it we have a rose there. That's supposed to be English Miss, but I don't think it is. Had lovely pink flowers on it, but so, you know, all is not lost, but I don't think it's what I bought it as. And underneath here we've got penstemon miniature bells, which is really lovely as well. I've just taken out penstemon apple blossom for here, which I've popped over there, which hasn't been doing so well. So yeah, it might be a case that I clear the majority of this border, if I'm honest, and just leave the roses in. So that's the one that's supposed to be English Miss. We've got a campanula there, a little bit of muscari. We've got a few scabious in there, and then this is summer wine, this rose. So that's a lovely coral colour. And that one over there is like a soft pink, pale, true pink. That's a climber. That one, no idea. And then there's a Solomon's seal obviously coming up through here as well. So get my secateurs out and see what we can do. Hello, girls. Well, I'll say it's lovely, but the rain's on its way now. Typical. Halfway cutting down this penstemon, so let's carry on. It's not looking good. It's very woody, and I'm struggling to get it to stand up. So see what we can do. Right. So hailstones have stopped play temporarily, but the weather's so changeable at the moment, I think it's going to pass soon. You can see some blue sky up there. I'll show you. So I thought while we're being rained off, while we're in the greenhouse, let's have a look around. So look at these. These are the strawberries we did a few weeks ago now, flowering. These are the mallow. They look a bit dry. They're not too light, but they're not, you know, give them a bit of water. So I want to show you some things I bought for the back garden. I actually bought these for the front, but I think as I'm clearing it out, I'm going to put these in the back. I absolutely love the colour of this. This is Ericium Cheers Florange. Sounds great with the Yorkshire accent, doesn't it? Florange. Yeah. I don't think that was named by someone from my neck of the woods. But it's a really lovely plant. And yeah, next up I've got these salvias. This is Rose Marvel. I absolutely love salvias in all their forms. Um, I mean, you can see this was a big garden centre I went to. £11 for the Ericium, £10 for the salvia, and then this salvia here is a slightly larger variety, and this is Nemrosa Caradonna, and this was £11. But again, I really do love these, and I'm hoping this one's more of a blue purple. Where I'm going to put them, I'm not sure. I also picked up some sweet peas because I haven't sown any. I thought these were quite a bargain actually, five for £5 from good old B&M. Little pink pots as well, and I've got some lavenders. These are, I believe, these are album. These are white lavenders. Don't want the sweet peas all over them, do they? I've just got those as plug plants. I'm putting them on, and these ones are pink ones. Hidcote Rosa, I think, but I will put a little note down there just so you can see. I've got some. I've just dumped my secateurs, and I've got some campanula. I can't remember the name. I will put that down there for you as well. Now, I have to say, I've got my silver grow. My seedlings are not loving it. They're not growing. They're doing really, really. They're staying alive, but they're very, they're not growing. This one's just a plug. These ones are all right, but the ones upstairs, my aubergines, my chilies, and things, I've repotted them, and they haven't really moved in about 3 weeks. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. These storms aren't doing my greenhouse any favours either, but it is a, nope, maybe not one-handed. It's a polycarbonate one. So I think we might be settling back down again now. So, shall we get back to it? Well, I started to move it to see if I could stand it up again, and it had a very small root ball for the size of the plant, I thought. So, it's up. It's come up. There it is. And not to worry, we can replace it with any number of things. The Solomon seal's not as full as it was last year, so a lot of people don't like it because of the sawfly, but I find it a really fascinating part of the plant's life cycle. They come, they lay their eggs, these blue grubs start to grow, the larvae, and yeah, it flowers, it looks quite incredible, I think, and then it starts to get holes in it, and it's part of it, it's part of the life cycle. And when they've finished and they've flown the nest, I cut it back and it comes back next year for more. Doesn't seem to hurt it and serve a purpose, and I'm sure those sawfly are feeding something else somewhere else. So yeah, I'm happy. The sun's out now, but it's still raining, so I don't want to film for too long because I don't want my camera to be ruined. So yeah, so we've got some poppies in here. I've got lots of poppies, so I will be taking these out. I'll clear this area down. I'll leave the Solomon seal in place, and yeah, and the rose and everything else from here is just going to come out, including the dandelions. I love that smell after the rain. It's amazing, isn't it? I've had a lot of it lately as well, so seems a bit funny to appreciate it after all we've had, but I do. So the Solomon seal looks a bit odd, sat at the front of the border there like that, but we'll plant something behind it, and it will look lovely. I think I'm going to put the bigger of the salvias that I've just showed you in the back there, and then we'll see where we go from there. So that salvia, it says, will get to 70 centimetres tall by 50 centimetres wide. So that's going to, that's going to sort of fill that little space nicely next to the rose. And salvias and roses are good together. So put that there. And I might put Ericium sort of there, maybe. Have a think about that. Okay, let's think this one through. So the Solomon seal is just green with a lighter green flower. That is going to be a bluey purple flower. This rose is like a true pink. Obviously you can see the colour of the Ericium. The campanula there is white. The alliums are purple, but will be quite brief in terms of the gardening year. The grape hyacinths will be gone soon, and the scabious around here are. Where's the other one gone? Covered the little guy up with all my digging and stuff. It's in there somewhere. We'll sort that out in a second. These are blue, like a blue colour, and the scabious over there are like a purpley pink. And I think there might be a white one in there as well. So there's a lot of purples, pinks, whites in this border, which I love, but I do love like a lot of colour. So I'm just trying to decide whether I should put the other salvia in front of that rose, because it's going to look really nice with the pale pink, I suppose. But do I want that riot of colours, or should I just move the, you know what, I'll just plant the Ericium further down here. Yeah, let's do that. I think I'm going to need to buy some more plants, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, I'm just devastated about. Absolutely devastated. Look at the sun again now. Still got some dark threatening clouds in the sky, but the wind's dropped. Lovely. It's really warm as well. It's really lovely. So this salvia is quite a bit smaller, and obviously it's a pink purple. This will only get to 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres, which is a foot by a foot, 12 inch by 12 inch. So I think that will look nice, sort of underplanting the rose. And yeah, I've also got those campanulas that will be quite tall to put in here. And I do have 12 Salvia Amistad plugs upstairs, just kind of rooting and doing their thing. And I've got some more in the way, some Salvia Love and Wishes. I'll put pictures in so you can see those. So yeah, I've got 12 of those coming as well, and they're going to get to a decent size in their first year and flower, so got that to consider. So I think tomorrow I might need to nip to the garden centre. But I am really happy with the fact that things are coming in. I lost all but this one of my abricias this year. I love abricia, and they tend to like this garden, but it's not, it's not lived its best life. And the others have died off. So I've bought some more. So I bought this little tiny one. I didn't want them so small, but this was the only size I could get this colour in, and I thought it was really pretty. So I've got that, and then I've got this one here. And that one's next to the Lithodora, which is starting to... This was covered up last year by, I think it was by a Coreopsis, grew over and covered it up, so it didn't do very well. And I have just pulled one out of the ground over here to clear this area, so I'm going to put that one back in. I'll do that now because I don't want it to suffer too much. This area here, we've got this wisteria that I'm trying to grow as a tree rather than a climber. And down here we've got some poppies and those sticky things, daffodils, and then I've got this snow in summer. Now I did have an abricia here, so I've replaced it with that one, as I said before. And then it's got a little bit of grass, and then my Thalictrum is making its return, but it looks like somebody is trying to stop it. So hopefully that will make it through. But all this wet weather is being loved by all our little slugly bugglies. Dahlia tuber I found half rotten in the ground. My aster, that is a lovely, it's a Michaelmas daisy aster. My beautiful, beautiful coral tempest geum. This is gorgeous. I absolutely love it, and it looks like it's going to do so well this year. Last year it was lovely. Excuse me. But it's supposed to flower for a long time because it's sterile, and it didn't, but it was its first year, so I will let it off. But it looks like it's going to really perform this year. Another one down here. It's obviously a bit messy down here, but that is what it looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is Lady of the Lake. already. It's a climber, but I need to sort of train it against the trellis. It's going to go along. Ooh, zoom in. There we go. It's going to go along this trellis, wobbly trellis. So yeah, I need to work on training that. But at the moment, it's not very close to the trellis, so I need to sort of wait till it gets back there. But it does need to sort of be freed from its little support. Lots of Japanese anemone growing up through here. A lot of the alliums that I put back in the ground are just coming up blind because I didn't put them deep enough. I just put them back in. This is a perennial Allison saxatile, which is really lovely. I've had before. And then there is Japanese anemone, which the ladybirds don't seem to mind, but I do. So that needs to come out as well because it will just take over. It's a lovely plant, don't get me wrong, I've tons of it in the front garden. These Verbena bonariensis need weeding, and then I'm just going to dot them in and amongst this border, just like behind things, and they'll just grow up and tall, and they'll self-seed and spread, and I'll either leave them where they are, or I'll dig up the seedlings and plant them where I do want them. But they are definitely, I mean, look at those ones. They are definitely desperate to get out of those pots and out of the greenhouse and into the ground. So I'm going to do that now. How do I lose my trowel as often as I do? Honestly. Where has it gone? Oh. Under my tripod. Where else would it be? Hey? So this little section's a bit chaotic. We've got the Geum, Coral Tempest, that I love, and there's some Rocking Robin, Dianthus barberini in there as well. But then we've got this little salvia here, and an almost very dead Abretia that's clinging on to life. We've got a Marmeria, and then we've got a honeysuckle that's taken ages to get going and is now just growing in this mass big tangle. And there's an Aquilegia in there, which is about to flower, which is beautiful. I don't know what it looks like. I just think they're lovely anyway. And then I really badly actually planted a salvia in here that has kind of, I've not planted it deep enough. I don't know if you can't even see it. But the daffodils have grown up through it because I've planted it in the wrong place. And it's, well, it looks a bit twiggy. It's got some leaves left on it, but it's not looking great. It's salvia icing sugar, and it is really, really lovely as well. So I'm not really sure what to do about this part. I do want the honeysuckle to grow. I want it to grow along the fence there. So I want the rose to be on this sort of section here, and then the honeysuckle to sort of grow that way. But that was before we put the greenhouse there, and I'm not really sure it's the best idea now. But it looks healthy, and so, well, most of it does. It doesn't seem to like the wind because it's very exposed here, as you can see. The last of the summer wine country over there in the distance. So we're kind of, there's nothing really in between us and Huddersfield over there. So yeah. So I'm still a little unsure what to do. I don't know what to plant here because, like I said, I've got my Thalictrum coming up there, which I want to see grow because I really struggle with them and I love them. So I need something for here, but I could plant something like a small cosmos or something, like a dwarf variety cosmos, something that's going to be very floriferous throughout the whole season. Yeah, I do have some more Verbena bonariensis underneath there, but I need to get into there to have a look and get that Japanese anemone out, and then we'll see, won't we? We'll see. I'm going to leave those alliums in, but the ones that have come up blind that I've replanted, I've been slowly moving and taking out. And I love alliums, so I think, like I said, in the autumn, when all the spring bulbs start to come out, I think I will try and be more organised this year and plant the spring bulbs around the perennials so that hopefully next year there won't be a great deal to do. I want to make this garden pretty low maintenance so that I'm able to spend more time at the allotment and a bit more time sort of enjoying this garden. Not that I don't enjoy gardening it, because of course I do, but I have only got so much time to spare. So yeah, what shall I do now then? Let's get some of these weeds out and things and Japanese anemones out and see what we can do. So I think the Verbena bonariensis that's here, well, I think it's pretty dead. if I'm honest. That's not, that's a leaf off something else. Yeah, I'd say that looks dead. We've got plenty to replace it with though, so let's get rid of the soil off it. See, you know, when you buy them from the garden centre, they are usually actually several plants all in one. So I've decided that I'm going to put one of my hardy geraniums here, and I will probably put one where that poppy is as well, underneath the wisteria. These are, I believe, I don't know, as I've said in previous videos, these hardy geraniums were bare root plants. I know what the varieties are, but I don't know what each plant is, and I have some hardy geraniums in the front garden, but I don't know the variety of those ones, and I'm not really good at identifying them. But these ones, I believe, are geranium sanguineum. I've got alba, and I've got just the regular sanguineum. So one is like a magenta, and one is white. So actually, here we've got a coral, we've got a purple, we've got the blue of the Lithidora, we've got the purple of the Abretia. This Cerastium tomentosum is white. So whether it's white or blue, it's going to go all right here. And the Thalictrum is like a pink purple colour. So I'm going to pop one here, and I'm going to choose a different one and hope the different colours to put behind there, because it'd be nice if that was pink or purple one behind there. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, so it's a few hours later, and I thought I'd come and pop outside just to show you what I managed to get done and talk you through it a bit. Apologies for some of the sound quality on this video. The microphone seems to be struggling a little bit. Not really sure why. Anyway, so here we've got. So I've put the Rocking Robin back in. This is Dianthus barberini. This one there. It might be a little bit close to that Ericium if I'm honest. I have to think about that. But that's where it is so far. The Lithidora is back in. Oh, but it's not. I mean, it didn't look overly healthy beforehand because it was kind of swamped by the Japanese anemone. So we'll give it a chance. I've given it a really good water, and I've had to be a bit brutal with the roots really to get all the Japanese anemone roots out. All the ones I could tell that were that. So yeah, hopefully I've got it all. We'll see. And the Ericium is in there, and some the Verbena bonariensis at the back there, the very mildewy stuff. This is all as it was. The rose and the alliums. I can't wait for those alliums to come up. Cannot wait. Not so many this year, thanks to. I was thinking about it actually, you know, we do get a mole in this bed, so it might be more a mole pushing up the bulbs rather than the squirrels digging them up. Not sure. Although, to my knowledge, moles don't eat the bulbs, whereas some of them were a little bit nibbled, so it does seem maybe more likely it was a squirrel. I'm not sure. What do you think? Who do you think it is? Wasn't me, anyway. The campanula there, some more Verbena bonariensis, the salvia, and the other salvia in there. So I've got all that done. And then over this side, I have cut the dafts down. I know you're not supposed to, but I have. They were getting in my way, and to be honest, I'm likely to take them out and place them elsewhere anyway. So I've left those poppies in, and I planted that hardy geranium. I'll put the name on the screen because I'm not sure which one it is, but I should be able to find out. Oh, and then cross your fingers for this Thalictrum, guys. Look at it. There were two here, and there's only one now. So it just seems like as soon as it comes up, somebody gives it a little nibble. So yeah, and I've put one of the other geraniums there, the Geranium sanguineum. Now I've got like I said, I've got a white one and a pink one, so I don't know what that's going to be. Yeah, so that's all that. I didn't get the Japanese anemone out, so that's what that bit looks like now. Some more allium buds ready to go. Look at these little guys everywhere this year. I don't normally have so many. It's brilliant to see them. Rose with buds on already. Roses seem to be so early this year. The rambling rector at the allotment seems to have buds on as well. This area is a little bit scruffy looking around here. Mark repainted this washing line pole, and he sanded it off, and he's just left all the bits down there, so I could do with picking those up, getting that cleaned up. So yeah, so this is what we've got so far. I think I'm going to take this Aubrietia out, this little one. I might pull a bit of the alive part up and pot it up, see if I can save it. But I want to get rid of the majority of it. I don't know what this salvia is. I don't even remember it being a salvia, but Google Lens says it is, which is great because, you know, I love them. I did have a Nepeta behind here, but it doesn't seem to have survived, unfortunately. So yeah, so that's that. Lovely little Aqualesia coming up there. Looking forward to seeing that. And that's it. So there we go. It's been a lovely day. It's almost 8 p.m. now, and it is so lovely. I can't believe how nice it is. So it's the following day, and I have been shopping. And I've got some nice things here. I'm quite happy with what I got. So I did manage to get 10 plants in the 4 for a tenner range. Why I didn't pick up 12, I don't know, but the 2 extra plants would have only been £4 for the 2. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I obviously didn't need 2 more, or I would have bought 2 more. So I got Cerastium tomentosum, so in summer, which I've got over in the corner, which I showed you yesterday. I've never seen them in shops, I'll be honest. Never. I've grown mine from seed, and I've got one that's a division from the one that my mum's got in her garden. It reminds me of my grandma because my grandma's garden was just full of the stuff and I loved it. That and mint. I always used to wonder why she had whole borders full of mint. Well, now I know. And then I've got these Aubrietas. I've got Kitty Blue, which is that lovely deep purple colour. And then we've got this one that isn't flowering yet, which is Audrey Light Blue. So that's really, really nice as well. Then I've got this Achillea cerise queen, which I've had before and I lost it. But I love Achillea. I've got quite a few of them, but not in this colour anymore. So that's nice. That's probably going to go in the front garden. I've got this Arabis Little Treasure White. I don't know how much longer that's going to flower for, so it might be one for next year more than anything. And then I got another Arabis in this deep rose, which is a really lovely colour. I've then got another Salvia Blue, because I'm a sucker for a salvia. And I got this geum here, which is koi. And then I got this, which hasn't got a label on. I did read the name in the shop, but I didn't end up with a label. So if you can identify this for me, please do. If I can figure out what it is myself through the power of Google, then I will. Well, you'll know because I'll have written it on the screen. Next up, we had 3 for £12 and plants, and so I got 3. I got this geum, which I think is an absolutely stunning colour. This just says geum mixed. It doesn't give you any indication of the variety. And then I got 2 more erysimums. This is Ball's Mauve. I have managed to, unfortunately, snap this flower spike, which is unfortunate. But it'll send up some more, I'm sure. And then next, I've got 2 Sonetti. Now, I've never bought these before. I've never had them. I don't know anything about them. I see them every year. I absolutely love this blue-purple colour. And I love this one as well. This is beautiful. It's got a bit snapped in the car again. My boot was very full, unfortunately. Or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it. And so this needs cutting off some of these pieces and rescuing. But yes, I like those. I saw them in a garden centre the other day for £12 each, and these were £5 each. So yeah, probably wouldn't have bought an annual at £12 each. I believe they're annuals. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're an expert on Sonetti, please say hello in the comments and tell me everything you know about them, because I know nothing. I will be learning. It's still good to hear from people who've actually grown them rather than just Google. So yeah. So that's what I've got. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'd love to see you back here. Please consider subscribing. Hit the bell icon to be notified the next time we upload, and say hi in the comments. See you next time. Bye for now.